sister has died, another still lives. Grendel's mother, living in a murky, cold lake, has brooded over her loss until finally she emerges from her den, bent on revenge. So she reached Herod, where the Danes slept as though already dead. She knew that no female, no matter how fierce, could have fought with the power and courage that men fight with. So, to save her life, she took a single victim and fled from the hall. To the Moors discovered, but her supper assured, sheltered in her dripping claws, she'd taken Hrothgar's closest friend. No Geat could have stopped her. Then, all Herod burst into shouts. She had carried off Grendel's claw. Sorrow had returned to Denmark. Beowulf was sent for at once. As dawn was breaking through, walking to where Hrothgar sat waiting, Beowulf was sent for at once. He came as dawn was breaking through, walking to where Hrothgar sat waiting. The Geats trampled quickly through the hall. Their steps beat and echoed in the silence. The king saw Beowulf, and Beowulf spoke.
Shut up, fool! I got a plan. I hope this plan...
But before they could speak of any plans, first the question of payment arose. Beowulf addressed King Hrothgar.
What you say, little man?
This is all I got left. Every cent.
And 68 cents. That just about covers our fee.
Agreeing to the terms of the payment plan, the old king leaped to his feet and gave thanks to God. Then his horse was brought, saddled and bridled. The Danes' wise ruler, stately and splendid, shield-bearing soldiers marched at his side. As they marched through the wood, Hrothgar rode in front, with a few of his most knowing men to find their way. Then suddenly, where clumps of trees bent across cold gray stones, they came to a dismal wood. Below them was the lake, its water bloody and bubbling. Beowulf approached the lake. He spotted a hideous sea creature, and armed with Unferth's small and inadequate sword, Hrunting, he fought it to land and slew the beast. Dove into the lake, he proclaimed,
"Shall be back by the stroke of midnight. Or sooner if they run out of finger sandwiches."
Last, he saw the mud of the bottom, and all at once the greedy she-wolf, who'd ruled those waters for 100 years, discovered him, saw that a creature from above had come to explore the bottom of her wet world. She clutched at him savagely, tried to work her fingers through the tight mail on his breast. She carried him to her home, an underwater battle hall. Then he swung his sword straight at her head, but her guest discovered that Hrunting was just a wimpy little wussy sword that had no effect on her. So they wrestled, Beowulf listening to her deafening cries. Hanging on the wall, a heavy sword hammered by giants, strong and blessed with their magic, the best of all weapons, but so massive that no ordinary man could lift its carved and decorated length. Lifting it high over his head, and struck with all the strength he had left, decapitating her. Sporting his mother's skull, Beowulf walked over to Grendel, who was lying dead in his corner, armless, exactly as he had sent him out from Herod. Then he struck his head off with a single swift blow. The body jerked for one last time, then lay still. The sword melted, blood-soaked. He swam to land, rejoicing in the heavy burdens he was bringing with him. He and all his glorious band of Geats left the lake together. Swimming to the land, rejoicing in the heavy burdens he was bringing with him, he and all his glorious band of Geats left the lake together. Then, The brave men, staggering under the weight of Grendel's skull, arrived at Herod. Beowulf spoke. Hrothgar, behold, great Healfdane's son, this glorious sign of victory, brought to you by joyful Geats. Then he gave the golden sword hilt to Hrothgar as a token of his victory. Beowulf spoke. Hrothgar, behold, great Healfdane's son, this glorious sign of victory, brought to you by joyful Geats. Then he gave the golden sword hilt to Hrothgar as a token of his victory. Then he spoke, Healfdane's son, and everyone was silent. This prince of the Geats, Beowulf, was born a better man. In the name of the friendship we've sworn, your strength must solace your people, now, and mine no longer. Healfdane's son, and everyone was silent. This prince of the Geats, Beowulf, was born a better man. In the name of the friendship we've sworn, your strength must solace your people, now, and mine forevermore.